What are the key differences between a 1031 exchange and a reverse 1031 exchange? The primary differences between these two types of exchanges, including the sequence of the property transactions, timing, complexity, and financial requirements. So here are some main distinctions. First is the sequence of transactions. In a 1031 exchange, the relinquished property is being sold first, and then the replacement property is being purchased using the proceeds. In a reverse 1031 exchange, the replacement property is purchased first, and then the relinquished property is sold. Second, now let's talk about timing requirements. In a 1031 exchange, the investor has 45 days from the sale of the relinquished property to identify potential replacement property and 180 days to complete the purchase. In a reverse 1031 exchange, the entire transaction, including the sale of the relinquished property, must be completed within 180 days from the initial purchase of the replacement properties. The third thing is financial challenges. So in a 1031 exchange, generally the proceeds from the sale of the relinquished property are used to purchase the replacement property, which may simplify financing. In a reverse 1031 exchange, the investor needs to secure financing or have sufficient cash available to purchase the replacement property before the relinquished property is sold, which can be more challenging, especially in a tight credit market. Fourth is the use of exchange accommodation title, EAT. In a 1031 exchange, typically a qualified intermediary facilitates the exchange to ensure compliance with regulation. In a reverse 1031 exchange, an exchange accommodation title holder, EAT, is often used to hold the title to either the relinquished property or the replacement property temporarily to facilitate the reverse exchange process. Fifth thing is complexity and cost. So 1031 exchange generally considered less complex and less expensive to execute due to the straightforward nature of selling and then buying. The reverse 1031 exchange is more complex and typically incur higher costs due to the need for additional legal and intermediary services, as well as potential transfer taxes. So why might an investor choose a reverse 1031 exchange over a delayed 1031 exchange? So the investor might choose because of several reasons. First of all, could be the market condition, right? In a competitive real estate market, the investor might want to secure a desirable replacement property before it is sold to someone else. In terms of investment strategy, the investor might need to purchase a replacement property quickly to meet a strategic investment goal or to capitalize on a time-sensitive opportunity. Look at the relinquished property uncertainty. So the investor might not be certain about the timing or success of selling the relinquished property and prefer to ensure that they have a replacement property in hand first. What are the risks associated with a reverse 1031 exchange? Here's some of the primary risks, right? First is the financial risk that we kind of touched base earlier, the difficulty of securing financing. And the second thing is the double ownership risk. So what if you ending up have a failed exchange and then you might have two property on hand that you have to manage and then maybe tied up your cash a little bit, right? Third thing is the timing risk, because any kind of 1031 exchange going to have a timing risk because you have those deadlines, the 180 days, the 45 days deadlines. And then the last but not least, the transfer tax risk. The potential additional cost during transferring taxes when you have property changing from the EAT to you and all that fun stuff, right? So by understanding differences in risk, you can make informed decision about whether a 1031 exchange or a reverse 1031 exchange better suit your investment need and your specific financial situation.